Do you need to quickly put some text into a document, even if that text is essentially meaningless? In this quick tip, I show you 3 powerful ways to quickly add this type of text to your own documents. If you're looking for a quick way to put meaningless tripe into your document, then Word is only too happy to oblige. Why would you need meaningless tripe in your document? Well, perhaps it's to do some testing, to fill some space, or to see how text looks in a given page format. Whatever the reason, Word provides a few quick ways to do this. Before showing you the options, though, let's make sure that your version of Word is configured properly. I'm going to jump over to the Word Options dialog box right here. And at the left side of the screen, I'm going to choose Proofing. Now I'm going to choose Autocorrect Options right here. That displays the Autocorrect dialog box. The important thing here is to make sure that this checkbox is selected, Replace Text as you type. It is this setting that controls if autocorrect is active or not. Once you're sure that the setting is correct, you can click OK a couple of times or cancel either way to get out of those dialog boxes. Now notice that I have a blank document on the screen. At the beginning of a line, I'm going to type what looks like a programming function. It's the equal sign, RAND, and then 2 parentheses. I haven't pressed enter yet because I want to tell you that the letters in this sequence don't need to be lowercase. You could use uppercase or a mixture of upper and lowercase. It really doesn't matter to Word. What does matter is that there is nothing on the line before this sequence and that it includes everything that you see here. I am going to now press the Enter key and watch what happens. Notice that Word put in a whole bunch of text. Word replaced the sequence with several paragraphs of text. The number of paragraphs and the number of sentences in each paragraph will vary depending upon your version of Word. In some versions, it's 3 paragraphs, in others, it's 4 or 5. In all the versions I tested, each paragraph consists of 3 sentences each. The sentences, in this case, consist of helpful hints on how to change the appearance of your document. You can vary the number of sentences per paragraph as well as the number of paragraphs by adding some information in between the parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and press Ctrl-Z, and that undoes the addition of the text. Notice that we're back to just that code that we talked about a minute ago. Now, I'm going to click within the parentheses up here, and then I'm going to type in 2 numbers separated by a comma. In this case, I'm going to type the number 9, then the comma, and the number 7. What I'm doing is indicating to Word that I want 9 paragraphs and I want 7 sentences per paragraph. Now if I go right after that closing parenthesis and I press Enter, I get the sentences and the paragraphs that I wanted, and they follow that pattern that I designated with those numbers. If you prefer a different type of meaningless text, you can vary the sequence just a bit more. Again, I'm going to press Ctrl-Z to undo what we worked with just a minute ago. And all I'm going to do is vary this just a little bit. I'm going to go right over here and I'm going to say .old. Now that's the only change that I've made to this particular sequence of characters, is a period and the word old. Now if I go to the end right after that closing parenthesis, and I press Enter, notice that an entirely different type of text is inserted within the document. This time, it consists of paragraphs with sentences that say the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. What makes this unique is that this classic sentence uses every letter of the alphabet at least once. You'll notice one other little quirk that appears in here too. Word doesn't provide a space between the sentences. The sentences are all run together. I'm going to go ahead and press Ctrl-Z another time to get rid of what we just entered a moment ago. The reason is so that I can show you the third method of adding meaningless text using what's referred to as the lorem function. This time I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that entire sequence there. And now I'm going to type in equals, LOREM, and just parentheses like that. Now I can press Enter, and Word inserts some very Latin-looking text. This is often referred to as lorem ipsum text. This is meaningless, Latin-looking text used by those in the printing and publishing business to simulate real text. Even though it looks like Latin, people often refer to this as Greek text. Just as with the other functions, you can modify the number of paragraphs and sentences by adding numeric values between the parentheses. Now, there's one important difference between the lorem function and the Rand and Rand.old functions that we discussed before. When you add this meaningless text, Word automatically formats the text so that it is excluded from spell checks and grammar checks. If it didn't do this, then all the words would be flagged as misspelled. This means that if any new text is added into these paragraphs, well, that text will also have the attributes set and won't be checked. To turn spelling and grammar checks back on, go ahead and select the text, display the language dialog box, and make sure that the Do Not Check Spelling or Grammar checkbox is cleared. So there you have it, 3 fast and easy ways to add meaningless text to your document. You can choose the method that provides the text that's appropriate for your needs. I hope that you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, you might consider signing up for the free Word Tips newsletter. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.